Okay, happy Valentine's Day yesterday. Happy Super Bowl 2 days ago. Happy Beer with a Queer today. This one may go long. I am a little riled up. First and foremost, thank you to the adorable Kevin and Victoria for sponsoring the beer today. Neon Beer Hug. Beer Hug? Beer Hug. You can see why I'd be confused, because there's a bear. Neon Beer Hug. All right. It's an IPA, so obviously I'm going to hate it. It's from Goose Island, so I do like that. All right, let's try it out. All right, it's very IPA-y. That's short for IPA. I don't like saying the whole thing. It's IPA-y. I don't know that it has 10,000 volts of flavor. It's got flavor. It's pretty good. I mean, if you like IPAs, it's pretty good. You get that kind of green flavor from the hops, that kind of, whatever, hoppiness. Yeah, it's nice. It's clean. It's good flavors. Sure. Good job, Neon. All right. Where do I start today? First of all, it gets better. It gets better. Just remember that, kids. Also, I don't think kids are watching this. But, what do I have to say today? Ron Desantis and the Florida legislatures can suck a dick, but also don't talk about doing that in any schools, because they're trying to pass a law, a legislature that is the Don't Say Gay bill in Florida schools. Don't say gay, and it is to make sure kids aren't learning about the alternative lifestyle. They don't want teachers teaching kids about the homosexual lifestyle, or about transgender, or about different pronouns. And that shouldn't be taught at school, so don't do that. Don't give kids maybe a safe place where they can learn things so their bigoted parents aren't over top of them. It needs to be for kids. That's what Ron Desantis is saying, is that the schools shouldn't mandate or teach kids things that the parents don't want. Because the well-known fact of queer culture and history is that homes have always been the safest place for us. You fucking idiot. Are you kidding me? And the fact that Ron DeSantis is behind this and putting his name on this shit and not saying he won't veto this immediately if it goes through, and thinking that, and saying to his base that, I'll make a good point. There's good people on both sides. Fuck you, Ron. Like, seriously? A, you went to high school at Dunedin High, same high school as I did. You were a year ahead of me, which means every Mardi Gras for the big parade downtown Dunedin, which I'm sure you were at for the 4 years you were going to high school there, the queen of Mardi Gras was legit a drag queen. We grew up in a gay friggin' city, and gay was not a problem. And if all of a sudden, I don't think Ron DeSantis has a problem with gay people. What I think he has a problem with is not being in government. And the easiest way he can stay in is playing to a base that Trump made popular, and DeSantis is like, I can stay in government with this. The idea that there's a bill coming to vote called the Don't Say Gay bill to protect children from having to hear about gay lifestyle, about having to hear that there's an idea that two men can love each other or two women can fall in love with each other and have a life together, blows my mind, because all of it doesn't make sense. I grew up in Florida, going to Florida schooling, and you know what I heard all the time? People calling people gay. So my whole schooling, my whole education, you can be bullied by being called gay, but God forbid we actually talk about the actual definition. Don't say gay in school. don't say gay if you mean homosexual relationships and happy together and love, but by all means, if a young boy wants to take an art class, he's a faggot. You could still say that. Nobody was protecting us from saying gay back then. And until now, nobody's been protecting kids from being called gay. But all of a sudden, you want to talk about gay as in actually teaching kids that it's a lifestyle? Maybe teaching kids that Alan Turing, the guy who frickin' invented computers and helped make all of this happen, was gay. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to hear some of that, knowing that we as gay people can do anything and being gay doesn't define us. God forbid we teach that at any point. He said, I'm a bit riled up by all of this because it aggravates me. This don't say gay bill is effing ridiculous. If you're in Florida and you vote for this, you also can suck a dick. But if you're a guy, don't talk about it in school. Don't say gay. It's so dumb. It's so just trying to get a fever on a base that is moronic right now. He doesn't want people of a young age having to learn about gender identity or hearing that there's other options out there for them from teachers or school or, I don't know, the guidance counselor whose job is to do that, because parents should do that, because parents always understand historically. And if you're telling me that, oh, my kid's too young in primary school, my young boy's too young in primary school to hear about things like gay relationships, and his brain can't comprehend or shouldn't have to comprehend the idea of a they or them, or the idea that two men could love each other. Really? Because you had a onesie for that same little boy that said, Daddy's little lady killer, didn't you? Yeah, because you don't have a problem with them learning about sex or relationships. You have a problem with it not being a heteronormative mindset that you're putting in there. You have a problem with them learning that there's another option, that these exist in the world. That's your problem. You have a problem with them possibly being gay. That's the argument. For any kid that has to deal with this, it gets better. That was a campaign came out years ago that major sports teams became a part of. Dan Savage helped make this popular because kids were getting bullied in school for being gay, much less just being called gay. Was there ever a bill back then that says don't say gay back then? Maybe stop fucking bullying kids? No. A campaign had to be done just to let kids know, get through school. Get through it. There's a life out there after it. And now we're going to stop people from even hearing there's another option to the world that you think you're confined in. Anyway, Ron Desantis can suck a dick. He was a dick in high school. He's a dick now. Politicians, right? Anyway, beer with a queer. Neon Beer Hug. Tasty. Neon, I don't think you're sponsoring me, but good job. Outside of that, if this comes up and you're able to vote on this, don't be an idiot. That's all I'm asking. And I'm going to keep saying gay.